What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ryan, and this is the Thunder Channel on Nootropics. Thanks so much for watching. Look, before we get into the Bromantane review, which I'm sure all of you are waiting for, a couple powerful products support this broadcast. I'll run through them super quick. Number one, we have a stack, Nootropic stack. It's called Cortex. There isn't a better stack to take for verbal fluency, motivation, mental energy, mood, productive drive. It's the kind of stack I take if I want to do 5 videos in a day, like on the whole purpose of taking certain nootropics for whatever it is you're going to do to achieve certain brain functions for certain productivity. Look, it just makes me super verbally fluent. You can probably tell in some of the videos like when I've taken Cortex versus not. This stuff is just powerful. Buy one, get one free right now on Cortex. Okay, this is the last day. There's like not many bottles left that we're doing buy one, get one. Just use the coupon code GET1, GET_ONE at livecortex.com. If you're watching this outside of this window, it's like November 26th or something, you could always use the coupon code 5 FIVE and get a bottle of Cortex for $5 off. But you can't use it when you're using the coupon code for Get One. You can't use those two coupon codes. If you're new to Nootropics, we have a Nootropics consulting service. 40-minute call with me, 15 follow-up email correspondences. Basically, we help you formulate stacks that work well for you, that are tailored to your brain, then work with you to perfect them. If you're an executive and need more comprehensive Nootropics consulting, we have 3K packages and 5K packages, which are 3.5 months and then 6 months respectively. Those packages, we formulate stacks for you and mail them to you. It's a very hands-off package, but you get the best out of it. We work with Fortune 200, 500 executives there. And then if you're new to Nootropics, buy Smarter, Better, Faster. We actually just converted that to an audiobook, Smarter, Better, Faster, interactive page-turning audiobook. Book that teaches you everything about nootropics. You got to get it at livecortex.com. Last thing, if you're a dude and need to raise testosterone, get the Viking Testosterone Protocol. Can't tell you how many people now that we've been doing the program for just about 6 months are having higher testosterone scores and saving their marriage and having erection quality and libido and sex drive and all that stuff. Do all that at livecortex.com. The moment you have been waiting for is here, ladies and gents. So we're going to talk about Bromantane. So let me just give you an explanation of why I haven't talked about it. It might have been a year and some change ago that I did the video where I was like, look, I took Bromantane and I'm going to do a review about it. But then shortly after, as some of you remember that have been with us for a long time, super users, what's up, super users? YouTube killed our channel. YouTube killed this channel, along with like 4 or 5 other prominent nootropics bloggers, video bloggers. And we couldn't really figure out why. We actually thought maybe Big Pharma had something to do with it. Maybe it was political. Who knows? But yeah, they did that. And so since then, once we got the channel back, obviously, I've been apprehensive to talk about certain things, but now I think we're in a safe place. You know, YouTube has recently announced that, you know, whatever your content, as long as it's not like super bad, like, then, you know, they're not going to get involved. So we're going to talk about Bromantane. First of all, I want to say that if you're going to take Bromantane and if you're going to experiment with it, you got to be really careful because it is not like modafinil, even, which is really strong in that it's relatively innocuous or something. It's serious stuff, and though it can give you very serious brain performance, it can have very serious side effects, and I want to talk about that. Dose range is like 20 to 70 milligrams is what I would say is an intelligent dose range for folks to experiment with. And I just want to give you my experience. We're not going to talk about mechanisms. You can find that on, you know, Wikipedia or Examine or whatever. But you know, let's just say it's pretty heavily dopaminergic. Bromantane. Okay, so my experience is the following. I started small just to sort of see, you know, kind of where I was at 5 milligrams of it, because that's kind of how I think you should approach these sort of things. And yeah, I mean, I felt pretty motivated. It lasted, I want to say, a long time, like 6 or 7 hours. I just kind of was motivated to do work. It wasn't anything substantial. It wasn't very stimulating, although it was somewhat stimulating. And, you know, I had generally a pretty good day. I mean, I could compare it to a day where I, you know, take 75 milligrams of modafinil, 400 or 500 milligrams of a racetam, a little bit of choline, maybe some theacrine, 100 of theanine, and then just getting that sort of, that's like a good template for me to get locked in and get a lot done over the course of, you know, between 6 and 10 hours or something. So it was pretty comparable to that, with, I guess, the exception of, you know, with modafinil as an example, just my whole brain works better. There's no impediments whatsoever. There might have been slight impediments still while taking Bromantane, but I was hellishly motivated to get work done. So I was like, okay, that was experiment number 1. This is interesting. Let's see what we can get out of taking more, because that's a good strategy. Start low, see how it affects you, and then move up from there if you absolutely need to, or if you just want to experiment because it's fun. My next dose on Bromantane was far too high. I took 50 milligrams of it, and this is when I want to warn against people taking it in high doses and to be pretty careful initially, because so first of all, I took 50 milligrams of it. It was like 9 in the morning. Within about 40 minutes or so, 45 minutes, I was amped up, tuned in, turned on, brain was fast, I was super motivated, and I actually felt that brain clearing effect and that inhibition, or the freedom of the inhibition of brain functions. There's no gunk, no pathways being blocked in terms of thinking, just like full-on explosive brain performance, super motivated, worked all day, left my laptop to piss, and that was it. I got a lot done that day, and it was awesome. Okay, it was an incredible experience where I just was like, dude, this should be illegal, because now I wish I was like this every day. Nothing has come close to it in terms of nootropics, and I'm in the game almost 12 years now. Think about that. Nothing has come close to the performance I got when I took 50 milligrams Bromantane. Here's the problem. That night, I did not sleep at all. I tried to sleep. I'd been warned by a friend of mine who's a natural health guy in Australia, be careful because you might not be able to sleep if you take too high of a dose. And I kind of just threw caution in the wind and did it to experiment. And it turns out I'm able to now give you value on it. I did not sleep the whole night. Okay, no amount of theanine or ashwagandha. I tried to experiment with some other stuff. Helped. I was very anxious. And I basically I think it was like 2, 3 in the morning, and I had been trying to sleep for 3 hours, doing everything known to man to try to do it. I run through scenarios in my head. I picture myself doing certain things. I go through storylines. That always helps. Nothing helped. I got up and went and started working again. So I got up from my non-sleep and I started working. And granted, I was super productive. I was still productive. It was still very active in my brain, not to the extent that it was earlier in the day. But I was able to get a lot done. I mean, productivity, I got the most done I've gotten done in a long time during that period. I borrowed happiness from the next day, however, because I did not sleep. So I eventually got to sleep, I think around 9 a.m. the next morning. Even after coffee, I was like, well, I'll just drink some coffee. I'm up already. And then I started to get tired and I went to sleep. And then I woke up and I did not feel normal. I was not motivated to do much. It was just one of those days like, I need to just kind of hang out, relax, and do nothing. My bad, I took too much of it. I needed to sort of see how it affected me, but now I understand. And that's it. So if you're going to take your dose above 30 milligrams, which I don't suggest you start doing right away. That was an experiment and whatever. I'm here to give you the results that say you don't do it. Just be aware that you might not sleep, and you're going to get a lot done, and you'll be super motivated, and your brain will be turned on. It's almost like what people it's almost like Adderall without the side effects or something, which I don't suggest taking, but compounded and better and all these sort of things. But you're not going to sleep, so you have to be very careful. What eventually happened is I was like, all right, let me dial the dose in for me, get it perfect. That's the process. I took 20 milligrams. Super motivated, lasted pretty much all day. Not quite as powerful, obviously, as a 50 milligram dose, but I slept that night. I slept, pretty much fine. It was like 1 in the morning. I stayed up a little later because I was working, and then I went to sleep and slept relatively okay. It felt relatively okay the next day. Took a different nootropic stack, started to get to work. But I'm like, okay, how far can I take it now? Bumped it up to 30. 30 milligrams is my sweet spot of Bromantane, okay? Massive productivity, massive motivation, a brain clearing effect that's like modafinil and or like high dose ALA if you don't have a toxic burden or something, because that might make you feel like crap if you do. Just very, very clear, no impediments in brain function, highly, highly, highly motivated to do things. It's like you reach a point where you're kind of like, oh, this is how I should be feeling all the time. This is what it feels like to be one of those people who's super motivated all the time, and probably even more. It's some loony thing. You're way more motivated than you should be, but it's useful sometimes because quantifiably we want to get things done. 30 milligrams was the best dose for me. Lasted all freaking day. I went to bed somewhere around 12:30, 1 o'clock. Slept fine. woke up the next day, took a different nootropic stack, I was on my way. Okay, so now I know. And since then, I've probably taken Bromantane in 30 milligram quantities, we'll say like 4 or 5 times. And it's been predictably the same. Super awesome. I've been incredibly productive. And it's a tool in the arsenal to pull out when you need that kind of brain performance. Okay, just like everything else is. So use my experience. Everybody's different. Your mileage is going to vary, but use my experience for yourself when approaching it. Remember that if you take too much of it, you are not going to sleep. But if you get the dose perfect, you'll be highly motivated, highly functional, super into your work. Stuff that you just would never be into or want to be into. You're going to be into doing it and you'll want to do it. So there's something you've been putting off or something and you need to get it done. Bromantane might be the answer. Titrate wisely, titrate accordingly, and good luck and Godspeed. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. That is my review on Bromantane. Pretty powerful compound. Yeah, super powerful compound. Cortex stack, buy one, get one free right now, livecortex.com. Not as strong as Bromantane, nothing is. But Cortex is a very powerful stack. Motivation, verbal fluency, mental energy, productive drive, mood, all with one stack. Very simple and convenient. 2 pills, you're done. Cortex is a powerful nootropic stack, mostly for business people, but anyone who needs brain performance can use it. Buy one, get one free right now. Coupon code is GET space ONE. That lasts another day or two, so do it at livecortex.com right now. If you need my help personally on formulating stacks for you, we've got a consulting service, 40-minute call with me, 15 follow-up email correspondences. We'll formulate you 5 to 7 stacks that you can formulate yourself and take, work with you to perfect them. Then if you're an executive and need higher level, more comprehensive nootropics consulting, 3K package, 5K package, wherein 3.5 months and 6 months respectively, we formulate stacks and ship them to you. You do nothing but take them, experiment, report back. We dial them in, and you get us formulating nootropic stacks and sending them to you. If you haven't read Smarter, Better, Faster, don't even read the book. Just get the audiobook. Synthesizes 10 years of nootropics experience in it. Also gives you powerful stacks with everything. livecortex.com. It is a powerful book, video, page-turning, interactive version of Smarter, Better, Faster with me reading in the background. Pretty awesome. And then last thing, if you're a dude and need to raise testosterone, stop wasting time, dudes. I know a lot of you guys have been thinking about it. Just get the Viking Testosterone Protocol. It took me a year to figure it all out. I paid money for a bunch of other packages that didn't really work. Yeah, look, I took maca root and shilajit and cordyceps and all this other stuff. Pine pollen powder, which is weak and ineffective. You need the liquid. There's multiple things you have to do. Really 6 or 7 that you have to do pretty strongly. And in short order, you'll see testosterone boost. You'll see it on the numbers if you're going to the doc and getting blood work, but you're going to see it in morning erection, sex drive, libido, masculinity, confidence, muscle building, fat loss, all that stuff, energy, focus. It's like a nootropic. It's like a super nootropic to have high test. Get the Viking Testosterone Protocol, livecortex.com. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. We'll talk to you next time.